that, and I'm gonna close that, and I'm gonna go live. Going live. Hi everyone. Sorry for the big delay. There were some serious issues with the URL, but I think I fixed it. So everyone had to like disperse, but now everyone is coming back.
Yay.
Oh, I fixed it. I fixed it. And it is, yeah, it's the same video link. Whew.
How are you doing? How is everyone? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, good gravy. Yes, we're back. We are back. And yes, we're back. Yay, we're back. Now I can mute everything. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't even know what happened. I don't know what happened. Everything was set up earlier in the week, and then I don't know what happened during the week. It was Jerry's fault.
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to
take
rename myself again, and I'm feeling good about it.
I'm not Jerry.
How is everybody?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Fine. Better than I was like, what's wrong? Why today? All day. Why? Why today?
Hello.
Oh. Okay, now I'm just hot. I'm just hot. But thank you, everybody, that you're here. I don't want to knock stuff down anymore.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
And welcome to Zooming in Comfort. This is my birthday bash with all my peoples here who I've asked to come in, and there'll be people popping in and out as the night goes on, as the evening goes on, I should say. And this should be fun because people have actually asked me a lot of questions and they want me to answer the questions here. And I was like, I could just answer you like this. They're like, no, wait till the thing. And then we can listen. And I'm like, okay. So they're not embarrassing, but they're kind of weird. But how is everybody doing? What is up? How was your Sunday?
Yeah, I'm recovering.
What you recovering from, hon?
Honey, I'm in Vegas. And it's 10 o'clock on Sunday, and my cousin's birthday turn-up was last night, so look at me. I still got on last night's makeup. I'm all tired and shit.
You look fabulous.
You look good. On the balcony in Vegas.
I've sent my husband out for coffee, orange juice, and a bagel.
One bagel, y'all gonna share? Really?
Happy birthday, my moon Cancer friend.
Thank you. There are so many cancers. I did not realize how many people's birthday was in July. And then even on the same day, I discovered it. I knew a few people, but then I'm like, you look at your friends list and all of a sudden there's a whole list of folk on the same day. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's the best month.
I'm not alone. It's the best month ever. Yeah. Tell them, Shirley.
I know. I'm recovering as well. My birthday was on the 6th, but I've been celebrating every day.
Nice.
That's how you should
on
do
the
it.
6th?
Every single day.
Yes,
July 6th. Okay.
And Jermaine, the kids want to quickly sing for you before I send them away. So
hello, people. Sing.
Yeah,
what do you mean no?
Jag må leva ut i 100 år. Jag visst ska leva, vi ska leva ut i 100 år.
All right.
Tack så mycket. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Jermaine. Just so excited to be here to celebrate you and just your loving energy. So we're here for you and just excited.
Thank you. But I'm glad you all are here. Now I'm going into a coughing fit because of the anxiety I had.
Just have a swig of wine.
Shelly came ready.
Oh, yeah, that works now. No, what that has, but you know what, Jerry? I'm telling you, the tree behind you looks like you have like a thing.
Like Chris
When I looked, I was
Kirkpatrick.
like, "Who is that with the hair like that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Jerry."
It's the only place with shade.
Really?
I'm trying to get away from the sun here.
And Rhonda is like totally
But it's
silent.
nice right here.
And Renee is Renee, are you want to call?
I am.
She's
I
like,
told you I'm working.
That's right. You did. You did say you was working.
Yes.
But Lucy B's on the call.
Where are you, girl? There you go.
Girl.
No, I see a name. That's all I see.
Girl, I'm a mess. Come on now. Hi, Lola.
Oh, hey, listen.
How messy could you possibly be? I'm gonna put up one of your pictures from Instagram. This how messy she is.
You looking good, Mama. Look at you. Come on.
That's only for the day. Alert turns the pot after 11 o'clock now. And hey, Rhonda. Rhonda is in the Netherlands, I must add.
Hey, Rhonda.
Hey, Lucy. Hey, everybody. Nice.
Oh.
I know.
Were you working before you got on?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course. I can't stay that long. I got a new contract yesterday. I got to put the paperwork together. So
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice.
You know how Friday went. I think I told you how Friday went.
Not with this, but okay.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. But I'm gonna make a birthday call. So happy birthday.
Thank you. I thought no, there are more people. Okay. I'm getting messages like, let me in. I'm like, there's nobody there.
Lola, I haven't seen you like live.
Oh, how you doing? I was about to just like chat like, hey, Shelly. How you doing? Good to see you.
You're looking beautiful as ever. That smile is just radiant.
Thank you. And likewise.
And Whitney is here. Whitney, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
Fine. Okay, let me just share how I know everyone and who I know where, who is where. Lola, Shirley, and Jerry. Oh, and Lucy. I think that's everybody. They're all in Stockholm. Angelique is in Canada. Rhonda is in the Netherlands. Carl is in, don't tell me because I know, St. Louis. My girl Deborah, who's logging on right now, is in Nebraska. Yes, there are Black people in Nebraska. Terry is in Vegas, but she is originally from Seattle.
She just zoomed me.
But I live in Seattle.
Okay.
I'm coming back.
Whitney,
ahead,
where are you, baby?
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you. And Whitney, where are you coming from?
Oh, so I'm in
Hold on, I gotta.
Huh? Uh-huh.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And yes, Miss walking through the store now, Renee. Where are you calling from?
I'm currently in LA.
Apparently. So I have at least 1, 2, 3, 4 time thingies. What are they called? Time span?
Time zones.
Time zones. Let me push the wine away now because apparently I don't need that. And I'm so glad you guys are here. This is really cool. I had someone who was with one of the questions I'd had was one person was asking me about like one of the best birthdays or something that I'd had. And I haven't had like one that was the best. Oh, and Carl is really silent, so you better start talking. It had just been one. I've had like a lot of surprise birthday parties. Like I had a friend of mine whose name is Scott, and he lives here as well. And he like called me, I think the day before my birthday, and asked me what I was doing for my birthday, and I was like nothing. And he goes, "Okay, this is several years ago." He goes, "Okay, well, you can come over and we can like have dinner, and we can just like with." And I said, "Okay, cool." And he organized within that little bit of time, a whole party at his apartment with all of my other friends and friends that we have in common at least. So that was really cool. That was a nice surprise. That was like years ago. And then I had another friend, Shannon, who's not in here yet, but she probably will be soon. She organized some huge party. That chocolate, okay. She organized this huge party for me outside at a restaurant, and there were people there that I think I only met like one time, but they were like, "Yeah, we're coming," which was really gracious and nice. And actually, a couple of other ones. So I've had some really good ones. I've had some really cool ones that I've, just called people together, and this is one of them because I figured I can't go out. It's too hot. It's literally too hot, and that's saying a lot for Sweden. And I figured this would be great anyway, because then I can see y'all and we can talk a lot of crap, because last time there was a lot of crap being talked. There's a lot of sharing going on, and I don't mind sharing it all. But please, I'd like to know about some of your guys' best birthdays. What have you had going on? Ooh, the thought.
I have a question for you.
No.
Since celebrating your birthday, what are you most grateful for on this birthday? What are you most grateful for?
I'm actually most grateful for the friends that I have, mainly because, especially being here in Sweden, and the majority of my friends are in the States. Even though I have new friends here, it feels good to have people that I can really talk with and chill with when I'm not talking to my friends in the States, like Deborah down there, who was like, even though she's my ride or die, I still have to chase her from beating up people, even at the age she is now. Yes, I'm talking about you. Don't shake your head.
I'm a work
Don't
in
shake your head.
progress.
Yeah.
I'm a work in
You say that? Yeah, okay. She's been working on that progress for over a decade, and
Give me take a year or two. I'm still a work in progress.
The example of her work in progress, when we used to work together, we were both administrators, and we were at the main office, and we were leaving the building, and the administrative secretary said some stupid thing, and then the words floated in the air down the hall. She caught it because it was to her, and I was like, oh no. And I didn't even blink because she was in front of me. And all of a sudden, her little candy heels were off on the floor, and she was charging straight to that office to rip that little girl's head off her head, be it job or no job. That little girl was going to get hurt.
So. That's what I'm talking about.
Justly so.
That's right.
Don't come for me unless I send for you.
Damn.
See? Work in progress.
I would defend Deborah. I don't even know her, but sometimes I believe you, when you keep the peace, you create a war within. If I'm going to be walking around thinking about what I should have said, what I wish I said, then I'm going to say it. And now you're back on you. Watch what you say to people, is what I say.
Well, that is exactly what occurred.
I got an issue. I'm not a person that's going to do much talking. I'm more of a hands-on kind of person.
Oh, yeah, girl. See, I don't want to be having to fight. I'm too old for that, but I will, but I don't want to.
God give me the
strength. That girl? I like her. Who's she?
Every day.
Shoot, that's my twin right there.
Yo, do we need to link up?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Look at her. That's my twin. For me, you didn't tell me this. Okay. I'm talking about.
No, yeah. When I'm not, I mean, it's really great. Deborah is really great. I surprised her in 2019.
Yes.
She had a renewal of her vows, and I wrote her and told her, I am coming. And I wrote my goddaughter, who's her daughter, and told her, I am coming. Hi, Sophie. And she did not read her message. My goddaughter read her message, and I said, your mama hasn't written me back. What's up? I said, did she see the message? And she's like, I don't know. And I said, okay, I'll wait a bit. Like 2 weeks went by, and then I get a message. I'm like, yeah, she's read it now. And no, it was some chain thing she sent me. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I took the message away. So she never got to see the message. So her daughter was plotting at this point to make sure I would get there. She would never know I was even coming. She came to pick me up at the airport and with her sister and their family. So as far as Deborah was concerned, she was going to see her other daughter and her family, her other grandchild. That's it. Not me.
That's it.
And they all walked in, and her other daughter took my phone to film it. Everybody walked in. Deborah's like, "Oh yeah, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And then I walk in, and the scream, "You didn't tell me. You didn't look at your messages. I told you." But she is really cool. Deborah is a seriously ride or die person when I'm in the States, even in Nebraska. She will hurt you. But when I'm here, I have these folk and everybody else, including Carl and Whitney. And where did she go? There she was. And Renee, all of them I've met kind of like here on a Discord that we all share with Kev on stage. And we're forever talking and bull crapping and throwing stuff around. And we've just become friends in this particular way. I've invited them onto here and we get to see each other and meet each other and talk. And that's been even more fun. Christian, you're here in the car.
I am.
Hi.
Hi.
And Christian, I know none of you know, no, except for Deborah.
I do know. He's
yes,
gotten grown.
He's gotten grown.
I grown.
I don't know if you remember Deborah, but Christian is my stepson from in the U.S. when from my first marriage, and we still stay connected and stick together. And I was like, "You have to come," and he's like, "Okay." And this is the one who's also in Seattle, Terry.
Christian, I'm in Seattle. Well, not right now, but I'll be there at 6:30 tonight.
He's like, "Okay."
Seattle in the house, for real.
And Sophie is also in Sweden. She was like, she's an American, kind of like a Swede, kind of like an American.
Sophie!
I'm a mutt.
And she's a nice mutt.
Yes.
She's the best one you could possibly have.
That's right.
But that is what I'm most grateful for you guys that are here and for the people that I've met here who I'm close to and who and stay connected to. So that is big because I don't have, like I said, I don't have any blood family here, and a lot of my own personal family, a lot of them have passed away. So I only have like a sister left and my cousin's daughters and son. So it's not a big thing there. And of course, Christian. So it's good to have at least something, you know, here where I'm at. And it's really good to connect with all of you in the process. So I like that. It is getting dark. I just noticed it all of a sudden got really dark in here, and I'm like,
it's about time it starts getting dark at a normal hour. Maybe we can get some sleep for a change. Not used to all these long summer nights, and then the sun's like, "Hey, how you doing?" at 4:30 a.m. What the heck is that?
Yeah.
There it is. Oh God.
So can we keep posing more questions to you, Jermaine, because it is your day, you know? So
all right, you can pose questions.
Yes. So what are some of your dreams in this lifetime?
You should have given me this like an hour beforehand. It feels like homework.
Before she got that glass of wine.
Yeah, Catherine got her wine. This is Catherine.
Happy birthday.
Her birthday's also in July. It's coming up. Okay.
But it's like Sex in the City. It's like, have a sip, go. No.
Gosh.
Oh, Catherine's sipping on that wine.
Lola. Can you rephrase the question?
What are some of your dreams in this lifetime that you would love to achieve? Some of your dreams that you want to share, you know, that you can share.
Music.
Yeah, I'd like to continue on with, well, at least, yeah, try to continue on with the music part of this little journey that we've been on so far. Last year we had so much in 2019, we had planned so much. In 2020, we'd already had booked a couple of weddings, birthday parties. We'd already booked other stuff during the year, plus the pub that we play at, they were asking for even more dates, but we had our old schedule planned out. And then it all just went to hell in a handbasket. So that was kind of sad. But we are continuing at least to do music and to at least record the music that we have. So we have that process. Like yesterday, we were recording a new song that I had written probably like over 2 years ago. And we finally got it done. After a lot of back and forth. And so we recorded the whole thing yesterday. We're really, really happy that we got that done. So we're hoping that, things kind of go on a better keel and we can start performing again.
Congratulations.
Yes, thanks. So
you can perform on Zooming in comfort.
We are way too many. And I've got and I don't care if they know, I'm going to say it anyway. I've got a couple of guys who are like, yes, I will be in the camera. I will be right here in the camera. No, you do not need to see them. They're great guys. I mean, I'm happy to be with a good bunch of guys that are, I call non-passive aggressive. Opposed to what is here. They're very not the passive aggressive type. Either they're one or the other. They're never both at the same time because it just doesn't go with their psyche, but they're all very happy folk. So that's the plus of having them around. But that's the biggest thing in music. And of course I want to start working. That's also a big I want to start working again. I liked my work. I love my work. So I want to do my work.
Well, and you're going to go check out a place next week.
Yes. So let's hopefully get something started there. Hopefully.
Man, you're telling all these people these nice things about you, but I remember you served me up on a platter to your mom.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Okay, come through. I want to know the story.
Nothing of the sort. I am but fresh air and sunshine.
On a platter to her mom.
It did not.
Ignore that.
But tell the story.
I want to know. She was visiting the States. This is when I was living in New York. And her mom and I took her to the airport. So on the way back home, her mother tells me that I would like some Cherry's Jubilee ice cream.
Uh-huh.
And I tell her, no, ma'am, I don't think I want it. I don't, first of all, I don't eat that. And Jermaine said, you can't have that.
Threw me under the bus.
She told me that Jermaine is not her mother. She is Jermaine's mother. And since I am her daughter's friend, that I'm her child as well, and I need to follow directions.
Oh, wow.
No, was not me.
So we get the Cherry's ice cream.
We call her Mama G.
Yeah, and then she tells me I better not tell Jermaine that we got the Cherry's Jubilee ice cream. So she didn't tell me her mother was such a gangster.
Oh, hello. Did you met her many a time. That woman is total hoodlum. She's sweet and she's kind. She is. My mom, she's very, very smart, very educated. She loved, the biggest thing is she loved my friends so much that I would be in school, come home, my friend would be in my house. Why are you here? Oh, well, no, your mom, I'm just talking with your mom. You got one at home, go to her. But that never worked, so.
Nice try.
Oh, I had a big surprise. It was one night. What happened? I drove my mom to work, and a bunch of my friends had went to my home, and I think my sister had let them in. It was like 11 o'clock at night, 11 p.m. Because they wanted to surprise me when I got back. And I come home, I think as I came in, I think through the door, the whole house was dark, and I came in, went straight upstairs to change, to put on my nightgown. Thank God it was a long nightgown. And I come back downstairs to the living room, turn on the light, like 5, 6 of them just sitting there. Hey, I'm like, and then I'm like, nightgown. They're like, hey, you doing? No, go ahead, get dressed. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's not okay. No. Why are you people letting them in my home? But they were great, but they were good friends, great friends.
Hey, Jermaine, remember to Jimmy's BBQ in the Bronx for your birthday that year after that meeting? And Mona went up on that catwalk after drinking a half a bottle of tequila. Oh. And then we found out that she was scared of heights.
Happening, Deborah? I do not know this, Jermaine. I
don't remember. I must have left already.
No, you had to go up on a catwalk and get her.
See,
she got down.
Huh?
Remember, you had to go up there with Tanya to get her off the catwalk.
Yes,
because I wouldn't go.
That. And it was not easy. It wasn't easy at all. All right, this is apparently going to be please tell your best Jermaine story. So go ahead. Go for it. Who's next?
I got
Who's next? Who's got him? I'm ready.
So many. Goodness, I have to dig. We've traveled a lot together, so I have to dig through all those travel archives. Some good Jermaine stories.
When we tried to cross the street in Ireland.
I know, with Ernest.
How long have you guys known each other, Lola and Jermaine?
Oh goodness, at least I moved to Sweden 2009, 2010. So I'll say about 9 years.
About 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years. I've been here 11, so maybe I met you a few kind of years
after you got married.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow, did you guys know each other online beforehand?
Me and Lola?
Yeah.
No. I think how did we? It was through like the ladies' dinners.
Probably a ladies' dinner.
Yeah, and then we met. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ladies' dinner.
That's how we met.
That was a safe story.
No, I need to think of something. Somebody else go next. Let me think.
I don't have I don't know. I don't think we have any wild story. You have always been my mama, G. She literally is like my big sister mama here in Sweden. Literally, right, G? This is what I call you. I've always called you my. Because the thing is she's my go-to, and I have any kind of drama, any kind of chaos. I mean, straight up, Mama G has always been there for me. So I have to say, I don't remember us getting into anything in particular, but I just have to say thank you for always having my back. See, that's the first thing, having my back, always supporting me, because I have a very strong personality. And honey, even to this day, I still can't navigate the waters here in Sweden. I mean, it's just, some of us can't, you know what I'm saying, Lola? I just, and Jermaine always keeps me on point. She's like, okay, take a breath.
Yes.
It's all right. It's okay that, I can come up a little hood, you know what I'm saying? They call me Cardi B and Husby, you know what I mean? I try to keep it real. But when things get a little too hot and heated, Jermaine always cools the waters for me. So I have to say thank you so much. You mean a lot to me. You're my big sister. You be my Mama G. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Nice, safe stories. Deborah, keep your mouth shut.
Everything.
That was beautiful, but we gotta back up a second.
Huh?
That was beautiful, but Cardi B and who's B?
I swear to God, my students called, like, I walked, even my rector calls me Cardi B.
That's funny.
All the students call, like, hey, what's up, Cardi B? Like, literally, they think I'm Cardi B. I'm like, okay, well, if that's
Do you enjoy that?
Well,
I would think that would be the best, but I don't know.
Can I just tell you, it's because I think the kids get fascinated with the American, the American persona, you know, that whole American vibe, you know.
Can't help the vibe. So now I want to see your video turned on.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm very much, you know, so they put character.
Catherine, Catherine, there's something behind you that's moving.
Yeah. The her tail.
Zelda.
Oh, you didn't know it was it's
a tail.
Just like a thing that comes out of my arm. Say then.
Okay, wait.
Okay, but speaking of Jermaine and stories about Jermaine and your energy and your persona and everything, I got two. I remember the first time that I heard you sing with the Damnation Band at that bar in Ghana. Is that Temple Bar?
Yeah, Temple.
And what did I hear you sing that night? But God, you're amazing. Like, it was so incredibly refreshing to have something that was genuine and soulful and, you know, not the generic pop that comes out of Sweden a lot. So it was amazing. And I was so excited because Stockholm also doesn't have a lot of live music for some reason. It's very conservative that way. And so seeing it live, I was like getting goosebumps and chills, and I was just looking at you and you were like, come up on stage. And I was like, no. It was so awesome. You have such an amazing energy where everybody in the room just wants to be around you and be with you. The second one was the time that you came on to my podcast when we reviewed The Five Bloods last summer. Yeah. And you made cakes. You made little red velvet
cookie cakes
for us. Yeah. You brought them to our podcast. We were supposed to feed you. And that was also around your birthday. And also you were like a total natural, like you've been podcasting forever. Do you do voiceovers, by the way?
She should.
I did once or twice, like a bunch of times ago, and I did want to continue with it, but I didn't know what to do or what channel to go through. But now I know Catherine, and I always say to me, I got to talk to Catherine and find out, because Catherine, as she's talking here, not only is she a comedian, not only is she a voiceover, not only is she an actress, not only is she up on stage as an MC for all these
porn artists.
She's and a damn good and she is also a porn photographer. No, stop. Rewind. No, take out the porn part. She's also a nice. She's also a portrait photographer.
Okay.
She's got great.
It started with a P.
But yeah, she's also a podcaster.
Of mystery.
So.
Can I say that's the reason why we love G so much? Notice how she always takes the attention off of her, and she big ups everybody. That's the one thing I have to say. From the time I met Jermaine, she will big you up till always making you feel like you are number one. Always supporting. It doesn't matter, you know. So that's rare to find, you know, in these days. You know what I mean? So special shout out to you, Mama G.
And you see why we've been asking Jermaine the questions, because
she deflects.
We know
she will not answer a question.
Exactly.
Is that your baby? Hello.
So Christian, what stories do you have?
We love the what they call it, the tunnel banner dance-offs that we do.
Yeah, but wait, let me a second. I want to get to that. But I'm going to Christian because I want Christian to talk, because I haven't seen I haven't seen you in years, but the last time you spoke was on your birthday, and it was like what time? It was 9-hour difference. I don't know what time it was for me. 10,
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night. I don't know who had the late
yeah,
night.
For you, you were like, you were a trooper. You was like 2 in the morning your time.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I know it was like, yeah, I was still awake. It's like I need to sleep. But I had to talk to you. It's your birthday. I had to.
I know.
I had to. And I got to see the house. And then I was like, yes, I get to go to Seattle. COVID. No, I don't get to go to Seattle. Where'd he go? There he is. Say it again, Christian. You disappeared.
Oh, can you hear me? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So, like, we were talking about coming out your end sooner than later, but I have to see whether I'm either A, getting in nursing school, or B, if they're going to be canceled. Because they're canceling a lot of flights, so I'm like, is that what I want to do right now? You know, they fired everybody, so they don't got enough people.
So true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they don't tell you on the news. They're just like, oh, they're canceling it.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what, because I was like, why don't they have people? Why do they keep canceling? And then I heard somewhere that like, oh, well, there's no people. Everyone, they keep saying, actually, they say everyone has left. They actually don't. They don't actually say the fired part or anything. You know, everyone is leaving this area, you know, going out of the jobs. So it's like, all right. Which kind of sucks.
Jermaine?
Yes, where are you?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. No, because there's so many people.
I thought about something when you and I had to do battle with Mary. I think that was her name.
Okay.
Remember the whole family clan we had to take on at Unique People Services?
Oh, the mafia.
Yeah.
we had a very sorted job. There was so much secret mafia crap going on.
Of the son, I forgot her name.
Don't even bother saying it. It's not worth it.
I can't remember. I just we met each other at supposed to be a roundtable meeting, which wasn't very friendly.
Right.
And we did together to take on the clan.
Yeah.
Or the mafiosa family of Unique People Services. And they didn't see us, as they call us, greens coming out of the bushes, not the tree where to snuff them with their craziness. It was so much red tape and craziness. And you was my calm, because I was all storm. And for that, my love, I love you and always treasure you.
Thanks. I mean, it was so strange there working there, because they really we didn't know each other initially. We didn't know each other until this whole thing started to blow. And we found out later on that they'd worked very hard to try to keep us apart. They didn't want they didn't want us to meet. They didn't want us to talk. So they pretty much kept a little animosity between the both of us that we didn't know anything about. We were just like, okay. But when this whole thing started to blow and the state came in, and there were a lot of official people who stepped in, and then it was like, okay, we want to see you and we want to see you. Like, okay. So I got literally taken out of a place that I was working at and put someplace else so they can clean up house there. And I was like, do I go back there? They're like, no, you don't. I was like, okay, well, I'll settle myself in this new spot. But that's how me and Deborah met, from that whole
craziness.
Mafioso.
I feel that Deborah has the most interesting stories about you. I mean, I'm sitting here like searching. I have nothing scandalous. And then some of the stuff that I have scandalous that I've talked to you about, I would never say on this Zooming in Comfort. because you do calm me, or you allow, you are such a great confidant. So I appreciate that. And she was like, a cockroach when I first met her, American and Swedes. And then I go to a friend's house, she shows up there, and then I meet another person. I'm like, hey, how do you know them? I mean, it was like, you hit her down and she pops up in another place. And I said, okay, this tells me something about her. She's spreading a lot of love. People like to be in her aura, her presence. So, I'm so glad that you kept me in your aura. And I'm really sad that, you cook all these great foods, you post them on Facebook. I said I wanted a delivery. You should start a delivery service.
Oh no, honey, what you do is you make you a list. And then when she comes to visit you, you don't let her out the kitchen until you get all your stuff on your list.
Coming from the woman who didn't want me to make coffee in her house anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, I needed to go eventually. She had my eyes open. I thought I was on crack. That's how hard that coffee was.
I made it like coffee.
You made it the Swedish way, probably.
Yeah, that burns.
In fact, I pulled back. It wasn't totally Swedish. I pulled back. So I was like, all right, tastes like coffee. Not like lacquer, but I pulled back a bit. And she told me after 3 days, you cannot make coffee anymore in the mornings because my husband has just started drinking coffee and you are trying to kill him.
Yes.
Okay.
The amateur.
Yeah, her husband was definitely, he had just started drinking coffee not even months beforehand. And then I come in and tarnish his pour.
Then I come in and now he needs a new set of intestines.
There you go. Actually, he should have cleaned them all out.
He was about like the first wedding when you had to come and save Nebraska because I had kicked my sister out of my house and I wouldn't let nobody in and everything was wrong and I just fell in the arms and collapsed.
Yeah. That, yeah. Yeah, her husband had picked me up from the airport and he went, Jermaine, Deborah's cursing. And Deborah rarely curses. And I was like, who's she cursing at? And she's like, she threw the girls out the house. She did this, blah, blah, blah. And then I get there and she's like, another guy, right? Blah, blah, blah. And I only got there a week before. I got there, I think, the Sunday or the Saturday before the wedding that was on Saturday. And they hadn't, and her sisters-in-laws who were supposed to really be helping her did not. And here we are 5 days before this not tiny wedding at all. And so we got the, within 3.5 days, it was just like crunch. So we got what were they? Not the invites, but the programs. We finished the programs and then we got those printed and then we had to go get flowers. And then I said, well, and then she hadn't had any like a bridal shower, any type, nothing was planned. So I said, okay, well, let's just plan like a massage thing. And I couldn't believe all of them were like, well, I can't do it at that time. Well, can you change the day? And can you do this? And can you do that? And I'm like, no, because it's not about you. It's about her. So, and then I became like public enemy number 1 when that happened. I was on everybody's bad list, at least the girls, women. And, we went and got our massages. I remember her name. Her name was Amanda. She was good. And, we had the wedding. The wedding went off pretty much without a hitch. And the hitches that we had, me and Zelda fixed. And that was it.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it. Because the same person that was supposed to be helping with all this other stuff was supposed to sing at my wedding, and she waits to the day of to say that's not what she's doing. Matter of fact, just before she was supposed to sing, and all of a sudden I'm looking around when they asked for this, and here Jermaine jumps up and she starts singing, and that was the first time that a lot of people ever heard her sing. I've heard her sing all the time, but a lot of people was just really blown back. And needless to say that the sister-in-law, who I think was secretly trying to sabotage my whole event, ended up with egg on her face.
Well, I'm glad she got a face.
Yeah.
It was fun. Except for when the guy dropped a chicken leg on my damn dress.
Who did that? Was it Tate or?
I was walking away from the table. He had food on his plate. He must have the plate must have tipped, and it was like a barbecue chicken leg, and it fell off his plate and right on my dress. And I didn't feel it because my dress is puffy. So it and he had these eyes like, but I didn't know why. And then everyone else was like, I was like, get the fuck. So.
And you were like, that's mine now. That's my chicken leg now.
No, it was only on the end.
Oh, wait. Oh, it wasn't a fresh one.
From the hip all the way down?
It hit me on like the backside and just rolled down the dress. So I had like barbecue sauce from like my hip all the way down the side of the dress to the bottom. And then it just kind of fell off as I kept
That was a lot of barbecue sauce.
Tell me about it. I was like, come on. But no, but that was a moment. That was a moment.
Yeah.
Please, someone else have a story. Hey, Carl, what you doing down there?
Yeah, Carl is quiet.
Oh, why are you so quiet? You might be with his son.
On our last Zoom meeting.
Wake up, Carl.
Wait, I want to say one more thing about Jermaine. I want to say that so I think it takes a lot of integrity to speak out about issues publicly and represent an American perspective in Sweden. Jermaine has gone on national Swedish TV like several times, speaking perfect, fluent Swedish from a very genuine, collected experience. And it like, I don't know. I mean, for me as a comedian, like I don't have any integrity, right? Like I'm willing to do pretty much anything, anytime, anywhere. And I also want to speak publicly about issues, but it is hard to be like collected and mature all the time. And I think you have this amazing balance about being a performer and having integrity in your art as well, like how you perform, what you think about the songs that you write. Like you just have an insane amount of integrity, and that I have so much respect for that and really look up to it a lot and want to be more like that. And that's why I love hanging out with you and having you around. So awesome. Because, you know, it's hard nowadays. Who has integrity in entertainment, you know?
Okay, I can tell you about this.
Now that we've covered that.
Thank you. No, thanks. That was. Okay, I'm trying to take this all in and say thank you. It's very hard. But here's something that I really just remembered, because I think aside from Whitney and from Angelique and Carl, who are like the newest people in my life, Jerry, who's sitting in the sun now with that little afro thing, pineapple thing in his head, he is, I think, probably the newest person that I talk with a lot. He is also now the president of the American Club of Sweden. But before he became the president of American Club of Sweden, he was just a regular old board member. And we had really started to talk a few years ago after a meeting. We had some kind of huge meeting, and we left the place we were at because we were walking to the train. And I vividly remember this because it was, I think things were kind of at that particular time. And that was one of the first times that as we walked from like the place to the train, on the train, and then to our stop before we split up, we laughed so much that our stomachs hurt. I don't even know what we were talking about. It was just wonderful crap. But we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed all the way to in the train. We didn't care. You know, got off it. We stood there for a while, still talking, and I thought, okay, that's it.
we were talking about nothing.
Yes,
nothing absolutely. At all. but we clicked, you know. So
yeah, and so we've been clicking ever since.
Exactly, on TV4 too.
That's right.
And I have to say, you know, when it comes to integrity, I just handed all the questions to you that day.
And I just flipped them all back to you that day while I did something else and you did all the talking. But it was fun.
But the pie was great.
The pie was great. Yes, there was a lot of food left over. Those clowns. There was a lot of food left over. We had done Thanksgiving on TV, so it was cool. Yes.
What was that show you were on in the end, and you came in and like brought your husband in? And I'm like, I think I rewound it, and I was like, what the hell? Jermaine's on TV again? And I took a screenshot. I forgot what movie that was.
Oh,
and the band was playing, and then you told the guy, you know, they're just gonna sit around and drink.
The 𝐒𝐸𝐿i𝐷 story.
Yes.
𝐒𝐸𝐿i𝐷 story. I had gotten a part in the 𝐒𝐸𝐿i𝐷 story. I thought it was just an extra. I was actually yelling at my husband, who is now still my acting husband, because then we started doing other things, and he would say, "Oh, well, there's someone," and they'd call me, and they were like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so again, we were a couple for. They did West Side Story here, the musical, the play, and so we did 60 shows as we, you know, and we had like 2 parts, so we had to change clothes 5 times. It was 2 couples, and that was like 60 shows. And but he's a great musician, Derek Walker. Saxophone and harmonica. He can play his behind off, and his son's also great musicians. So yeah, Derek Walker.
But one of the things that, you know, like to what I said earlier, you don't like pat yourself on the back. You just see you popping up and, you know, on the TV or a band, or someone says Jermaine is doing that, and you give all the accolades to everyone. So I have I ask for you in this July is that you every day say something nice about, you know, what you're grateful for or what you love about yourself, and post it on Facebook every day for the rest of July.
Yes, Kelly. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Good one. Good one.
You're not supposed to have homework on my birthday. Do you understand that?
You have to own it, Jimmy.
That's a good one.
You know she's gonna like send me hate mail later.
Hate emojis.
And I don't want the fried chicken emoji anymore.
Oh, who was that, Jermaine?
Huh?
You kept sending him to me. Tran.
Who? Huh?
Tran, the fried chicken guy.
What fried chicken? Oh.
Tran.
Oh yeah, Quan Tran. Yeah.
Quan. Yeah.
Quan. He's a YouTuber.
Like, stop sending me fried chicken.
Because he liked chicken, and I said, "Oh well, this dude is really great." He's a YouTuber.
It was good.
He cooks all the time and just everything, and he was apparently with this particular one obsessed with fried chicken. So
but he ate the bone.
Oh my
God! Didn't he eat the bone?
He was eating the gristle. You know, he wasn't eating the whole bone. He wasn't like, no, you know, like if
it
chicken
was like
is good,
that movie
you'd be
with
like
John Candy,
cleaning
you know?
the bone. Like if you had an oxtail, you take all the meat. You ain't leaving no meat on no oxtail, you know, because your mama slap you. So you know, see, you know,
there was nothing left.
Homeboy was like, oh my, but the only thing I didn't like was the ASMR. I didn't need to hear him eating, because that was the part that was like, it was like, okay. Sound down.
You should have sent me those recipes or videos, because after I started talking to you about the chicken you made, I went on Foodera and Uber Eats and ordered like 7 different chicken dishes because I was craving your food. I had food for a week while my husband was golfing.
I put up his PlayStation because his old PlayStation was on the floor. So even though it don't work, get that up off the floor, nigga.
It's supposed to be in the garbage.
Well, it's probably his fan, Mom. It's his fan, and I might be able to replace that.
Who am I
His
listening
fan.
to?
I think Deborah's mic is.
Because Deborah's mic.
Sorry, it's one of my sons trying to kidnap another one of my sons to go play PlayStation at his house.
Oh, because I'm like, who is talking?
Hi, Auntie.
It's her birthday.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Auntie. Happy birthday.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine. Don't harass your mama. Not supposed to harass your mama.
So every day.
I'm sorry. Shannon's here.
Hi, I think we should start by singing happy birthday to Jermaine.
Damn. Everyone was so
cool for that.
You know how that's gonna sound?
That's gonna sound great. Day to you. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jermaine. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, no. Happy birthday. Yeah, do the CV one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
If you want, I can
Happy birthday. We're a great band. We're like the best band you ever heard.
I can sing you the Jamaican one.
Yes. Yes, I want to hear the Jamaican one.
The Jamaican one is happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, dear Jermaine. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, happy birthday to you, dear Jermaine. Happy birthday.
Yes, steel drums.
Okay, Lola, you gotta contribute.
What's that?
Look at her face. Who's that?
Tribute to Jermaine.
Yeah, no. Sing a happy birthday song in your first language.
Well, English is my first language, even though
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm trying to sing. Let me think in Yoruba. Because we sing, happy birthday, because English is the former British colony. So that's like the first language. And then in Yoruba, which is my native language, we have other songs. So give me a minute, let me think. My Yoruba is rusty. Let me.
While she's doing that, I can sing you the Britney Spears version because that's my first language.
Well, I'm listening, baby.
Okay. Free Britney. Okay. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama J. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Jermaine, I'm gonna sing a Hindu song that wards off evil, and after like this crazy COVID time, so it's in Hindi. So I go Nakam Nabuta Shingam Dalita Herane Kasapu Tanya Bringam Kesaya Daratara Nahara Rupa Jajaya Dishare Jajaya Dishare, and then I'm not singing the whole song. So that gives you good vibes.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
I need good vibes. Let me see what other languages I got. No, nobody else. All right, darn it. I already had Yamaha.
How did you learn that, Shirley? How did you do that?
I grew up in the Hindu culture, and my father's from India, and I used to know the language, and I used to know a lot more songs. But then, I Americanized on my mother's side, went to college, and tried to run away from the culture. Now I'm trying to get it back a little bit.
Oh, excellent. That was beautiful. Well done.
I just need Jermaine's voice.
Don't we all?
You have voices. All of you have voices. There are voices everywhere. We just must use them.
It's really cool how voices are so unique. And it's like, if we would have all our cameras off and, you know, we would speak, we would all know like who, you know, or you would know who we were just by, you know, hearing us. And that's just really cool.
Because I knew that was you, Sophie.
It's a miracle. Our vocal cords are a miracle. That's the closest thing to God that I know, because apparently our vocal cords vibrate, and vibration is something that we can barely explain in science, where things can exist in two places at once. So, and everybody sounding unique is like also very, like, we can't really explain why that happens. It's like a mixture of culture and parenting, and so it's very cool. I believe that, yeah.
So it's
awesome.
magic is what you're saying?
It's space magic is what I'm saying, but also is
Checks
my
out.
feeling on that.
Okay, Shannon, where are you that you are lit like that, and this and the background is like just so, you know, like that?
Sorry, yeah, my internet went down. It is Greek internet. I am in Crete, Greece.
No, but you're outside?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Look what a green screen cannot do.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I was looking at the background. It looks really nice.
David's inside, so I thought I'd come out here so I didn't bother him.
Bother him. Like, David, we're bothering you.
Did I miss the song completely? I did, didn't I?
That means you have to have one of your own.
I already did it earlier today.
Oh, well, that's it then. That's it. We're cool.
Jermaine, I love you, but I gotta go, babe. So you and I will, we'll tag in, and it was nice meeting everyone else.
Cool. Tell everybody said hello.
Thank you for your stories.
Tell my godchild that she has to behave herself and give me a message every now and then.
Right now, she's juggling her sisters.
Okay.
You know, when the three of them together is worse than when you and I get together.
This is true.
I love you. It was nice meeting everyone. I gotta go man the fort.
See ya. Don't hurt nobody. See? People don't even know you telling you not to hurt nobody. See the vibe? See you, babe. See?
How funny.
Miss Kick Off the Candies and Run. That's who she is. But she was good. I never saw someone kick off candy heels so fast and just poof. Oh.
What are candy heels?
You know, do you remember those they were candies. They were these like they were shoes.
Oh, yeah. Now the brand. See, you know, old age is setting in.
She had like a bunch of pairs, and she'd wear them to work all the time. And I'd be like, how can you wear heels and up and down the stairs? But that day, those suckers came off like that to chase this heifer down. I was like, okay. No sneakers she don't need.
Funny.
Yes. All righty now.
So are we going to tell fun Jermaine stories today?
There were a few of them. Do you have one? Yes, we did. We started Jermaine stories, and I was trying to stop them, but you're starting them again. So go ahead. You're new.
Well, I'm new. No, my favorite memory with you really is just all the times in the car, singing in the car. Those are my favorite memories with you.
Yes.
We had so much fun just jamming in the car.
Especially when we went to Colorado.
That was fun. I wasn't going to say any Colorado stories.
Wow.
You can.
No, I really think it's probably better if we don't tell any Colorado stories. We had a good time. We did a lot of fun things. We went and did a lot of nice sightseeing tours.
I did not know Celestial Seasonings was in Colorado until
I know.
I was like, it's here? The whole factory?
Yeah, and the clothes factory.
It was cool.
Yeah, horseback. We went there too.
Went there too.
We went there. Yeah.
And what about those donuts in Colorado? Wasn't
Oh,
that
the voodoo donuts.
Voodoo.
All I wanted was a cake donut. Like I was like, oh, donuts. I just wanted a cake, plain, like a Dunkin' Donuts, but cake donut. You go in this joint, they had Rice Krispies and Fruit Loops on them and all this hooba. And I'm like, do you got a plain donut? She said, what?
Poor you. Poor.
I said, just the plain. She just said, look at the carousel. Everything had something on it. I was like, okay, I guess not.
I saw those pictures. I'm like, oh my God, just give them to me.
Yeah.
I want one.
That was just the smell of diabetes and coma. That was
yeah.
So happened to go to that breakfast place in Denver that only has drag queens working as the waiters.
That would have been cool.
I didn't even know that existed.
Denver, look, I know, okay, I'm from Denver.
She's from Denver.
Are you? Oh, very cool.
But we're cool. Okay. No, maybe
my
not.
son lives in Boulder.
Awesome. Did you wait? How long ago was this? Did you go on a bud crawl? Not a beer crawl, but a bud crawl. You know?
No, but my son used to work for
a dispensary.
Yeah. So yeah,
I gotta learn it.
Yeah. She got the whole education from him on what's what.
I was asking questions. I was like, really?
All that stuff.
He said, you can see and blah, blah, blah. And a bud does this and this particular bud and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's a whole lot of information you had to absorb.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
A blood connoisseur.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful place. Colorado. It's beautiful.
Love you, Jermaine. I have to go packing, but
yeah, you have to pack. Have fun.
So lots of love. West Coast. My husband is at our country house, so he said he misses me. So I had a girl boozing weekend. So now I have to like do stuff before I leave, water all the plants and pack.
Mm-hmm.
So Jermaine,
down there?
I'm going to take the train. I got my 2 shots. So, I'm Wonder Woman now.
Woo!
So Jermaine, I'm waiting on my fried chicken. Love you, girl. I want to see you on Facebook every day. We had said that Shannon, you weren't here, but we said that Jermaine has to like celebrate herself every day for the rest of July because she does such a great job of celebrating.
Agree, absolutely.
I believe in peer pressure.
Agree with you.
Kisses. I hope I don't get angry emojis coming my way.
Fried chicken emojis, what you gonna get?
Ciao, babe. Great meeting all of you. Bye.
Bye. So where is everybody from? The only person I know is Lola. Hi, Lola.
Okay, there's Lola. Sophie, she's in Sweden. You don't know Sophie?
I don't know Sophie.
Okay, Sophie.
I'm Swedish American and live in Stockholm and sometimes up at the country house, which is up in Söderhamn.
Söderhamn,
archipelago. Okay. So that's where I'm at right now. And I grew up in Vegas and in Hollywood some. My family's in Florida and Seattle and Tokyo.
You're just all over the place.
And I have nobody. And I mean, I've got my family and, here is like Jermaine as an example. And yeah, it's like family here is really, really small. And, it's, I don't have blood family in Sweden. So people like Jermaine are like really important to me.
Totally agree. She was the same for me because I got divorced from my Swedish ex and I didn't have any family there. My son moved back to Colorado. So Miss Jermaine was my family.
Yeah. And I totally agree with you. Like in the car, all the car talks that we've had, like the best.
Yeah.
That's like the closest that's when like we're in the car together.
Yeah.
And the hugs, it's like, where's my cigarette? After those hugs, it's like, I don't smoke, nobody smokes, but we need a cigarette after our hugs. They're that good. They're just that good.
Very true.
It never stopped either, even during COVID.
That's right. It's the longest, biggest.
They did too.
No.
That's right.
I hugged no one.
You
Ever and
hugged me.
ever.
It's like,
Bestest.
How funny.
Bestest hugs.
Yeah, right. You hugged no one.
I hugged
No
no
one.
one. No one.
So Jerry, you must be from Stockholm.
I'm living in Stockholm. I'm from
Okay.
Kansas, actually.
Oh, very nice.
So, yeah,
Kansas, the state Kansas. Yes.
the States, yeah. So right next to Colorado. So
Yeah.
I've been there a few times, but not when they legalized the bud crawls.
Oh, no, man, you got to go back. I'm going back right now. And my mom, she's like a conservative, like white lady golfer. And she like pretends that she doesn't smoke weed. But we all know that she does. So like every time we go back to Colorado, I'm like, hey, mom, let's go to the shop. Let's go get some weed, huh? And she's like, oh no, I would never do that. And then we get in the shop. And she's like, oh, hi, Carl. Yeah, I'll have an eighth of purple herbal of this. She's the worst. She's the worst. But it's a funny thing, though, like culturally still. Like, I think it's pretty chill. But, not growing up with it being legal still, it's like a weird thing. But
There's still a stigma. Yeah. My mom's 76. And whenever we go to visit my son, she's like, maybe we should visit Riley to see if I could get some of those patches again for my arthritis. Yeah.
Okay, I can't knock that because when I went to see her the first time, when you were in, where were you? In Denver? No?
Denver.
In Denver. You were in Denver.
Yeah, I think I was in Denver the first time.
Denver the first time. And no, Andrew, I went on a flight that was totally empty. I had like 2 seats next to me. I had room. I was laid out. I was like, yeah. I got to her house. My back hurt so bad. I'm like, but why? I had space. I never had such pain before ever from a plane ride. Yeah. And so he had an ointment, an ointment like a Bengay or whatever, but it was, I think it had CBD in it. And he said, just use that. Just don't put on any private parts. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I do that? And how do you know? And so I didn't. I took like a small amount of it. Happen. Yeah, put it on my back. Within like 10 to 15 minutes, the pain was gone. I was like, okay, I need 4 of those jars. I mean, literally, the pain was like left. Never came. I think it came back maybe a few days later, but a little more quick, gone. Never came back again. I was like, well, all right. I think I need some.
When I moved to Sweden, I like got off the plane and I like said to my husband, hey, can you take me to the nearest dispensary? I could really use an edible. And he was like, oh no. No.
That's not here.
And I was like, what?
I'm leaving.
Y'all have healthcare. Y'all have this child thing. This almost left. Almost got back on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'll take my chances.
Funny.
Yeah, but Catherine's in Sweden, of course, from Denver. Angelique, you can say where you're from. Angelique.
Hi.
Oh, okay, there you are. She was bopping, and I was like, what is she?
Unmute button. Hi, I'm Angelique. I am originally from Jamaica. I live in Toronto now, and that's it, I think.
She speaks Korean.
Yeah. So how do you know Jermaine?
I met her on online on a Discord server. You missed all like the introductions.
I did.
Yeah, she was here. She was going at the beginning. That's why I'm doing it over. This is like you guys get to say it instead of me.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
She was like, we should start with the song.
Yeah, we already started.
I'm sorry, my internet went out. It's crap here. Crap.
Wow.
So I met her on a Discord with Whitney and Carl and a bunch of other people who were on, and they're gone now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And who else? Whitney. She goes, I gotta put my glass down.
Bye, Lola.
Bye. Loved meeting you all, and happy birthday again, Jermaine.
See you, Lo.
All right. Bye.
Tell Herb I said hi.
Will do.
I will never
and
forget.
not Herb the herb, but Herb the urban.
I just will never forget when we were at your house for Thanksgiving, and her daughter, I can't remember what she said to me. Do you remember?
This is what happened before.
Exactly
Okay,
what
Whitney,
it was,
before.
but like,
Wait,
she
I know.
put me in my place. Woo,
Yeah,
woo.
she was really young, and she was really embarrassed afterward. Also, I'm gonna get to you 1 second, Whitney. Okay, we were all sitting there, and apparently, it was a point of attention. And Whitney and Shannon was taking entirely too much of Lola's attention, and they were talking back and forth, and like, yeah, and blah blah blah, and blah, 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 blah. And her daughter Emily, she's sitting there, and she's watching the back and forth, and she went, blah blah blah.
That's it. Oh, sorry.
And it was like,
I'm so sorry.
And Lola was so embarrassed, and we were all like, holy shit. And then she got embarrassed. She went under the table, never came back out. She was so embarrassed with herself that because her mother was like, what the heck? and then that has been like the running thing. Anytime we're like, blah, blah. Because we thought it was hysterical. Yeah. That was hysterical. But Whitney, say where you are and where you're from.
Whitney.
Oh, I'm from North Carolina, and I'm still here. Just outside of Fayetteville, near Fort Bragg.
Very nice.
There. And Christian?
Yeah, so I'm in Washington now, but born and raised in New York.
Are you guys moving in the car?
Get to put up with me and my. Are we moving? Yes, very slowly.
Okay, Yes,
did he say he's in Washington?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
Seattle. Very nice.
Very nice. My stepson. He also said that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who else is left? Okay, wait,
Carl Liggins.
Carl, are you back yet? There was stuff he had to do, and he said, "I'll be right back."
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I think the sun is delaying him.
He may be excused then.
Yeah, I think his son is he's delaying him, but that's okay. We'll leave Carl there. He'll be back soon. But ladies, let me tell you something. And men. But I will do the homework, sucks. But tell me, I mean, okay, there was this. I don't know how it's been in the States when it comes to the COVID stuff and traveling and stuff like that. But here, people have like picked up on all the traveling that they've been doing, as if everything has literally gotten back to how it regularly is. How much of it is the same in the US? And yes, that is to Angelique and Whitney and anyone who is in the US and Carl and Christian.
In the US.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry, in Canada. No, but I heard there was some issues in Canada though. I have a friend of mine. I had a friend of mine he's a chef. He went to he had to go to to Kentucky or somewhere, and then he had to come back to Canada, and there was so many problems that he had in getting back. And he to the point where he missed the flight, and I was like, that sucks. So I don't know how that system is there. But
until recently, Canadians and Canadian residents coming back had to quarantine for 2 weeks in a government-approved hotel at their own expense. So you could leave, but if you wanted to come, and the reason they instituted that was because a lot of Canadians and Canadian residents prior to that, they were coming home and they're like, okay, I'll quarantine at home. But then on the way home, they would stop at the grocery store, and then they would stop and say hi to their family, and then they would stop and do this other thing. And then they would go home and quarantine for 2 weeks. And the case numbers were going up, and we were finding that the case, it was not helping. So they instituted this quarantine thing, and then I think that ended on July 5th. Now, if you are vaccinated, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to do that quarantine thing anymore. The land borders, I think, between the US and Canada are still closed, at least until the 21st of July. Every 30 days, they just kind of keep pushing it back another 30 days. So we'll see what happens closer to the 21st. Yeah.
Okay, so how is it in the US, Whitney and Christian?
I mean, here, I think it varies probably state to state. I know here, you can tell the difference of everyone kind of thinking that it's going back to normal. I mean, I think, even though it's like most people who are eligible to get vaccinated haven't really been vaccinated yet. So it's not like Alabama levels, but I think it's only like, I don't even know if they've hit 50%. So, but I know that the state, I believe, at least in King County and in Pierce County, is like fully open, but establishments have the right to still have you put on a mask. If you're not vaccinated, they're not asking you for proof or anything like that right now. So, and I think especially in this state, like everyone's really watching what's going on with the Canadian border relations, just waiting for that month to month, because there's a huge travel boom in Bellingham, which is probably the biggest northern city before you hit Canadian border. So Canadians love to come south to shop, and Americans love to go to Canada. So that's,
Why?
Vancouver's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vancouver's beautiful. The dollar goes a little further in Canada. So, I mean, I personally, I'm like, I live in Vancouver if, if the opportunity came, but it's cool to visit.
Beautiful G. I don't mean to interrupt. I need to go.
Okay.
Happy birthday. I love you with all my heart. So nice to see everybody. Sending you kisses.
Thank you.
Bye. Talk to you soon. Bye, all.
Bye. Bye.
I was gonna tell you, Jermaine, that I'm about to travel back to Colorado on the 16th, and so I got the COVID travel pass. That's, I think, the EU regulation pass. I went on to 𝐒𝐤𝐞𝐜𝐢𝐚𝐥 I can't believe I had to say that in Swedish. I hate that. 77. It's the worst. You can log on to there and like look for your travel pass, and I got it in the 𝐒𝐤𝐞𝐜 app. So
okay.
It's like a document that can be scanned when you're at the airport.
Okay.
In the Americans in Sweden group, a couple of people said that when they were traveling with family, like the Swedish members who didn't have American passports would get held up in the airport sometimes if they weren't traveling together or something like that, or that they had to have I'm much more confused about entering the US, so I'm actually traveling alone on my American passport and with my vaccination, just to be able to get through. Because
you know what, I will tell you, I was just there. So I was there for 2 months in April and May. I just got back here in June to Greece. And when I went back to the States, I had to have a COVID test. I had to have a COVID test. I had to show that within like 3 days. But all I had to do was show that to the airline before I got on the plane. And then the rest of it was just super easy. Like nobody checked, nobody looked, nobody did anything. It was just, as long as I had that when I boarded the plane into the US, they were fine.
Were you vaccinated before you?
I wasn't. Okay. I didn't get vaccinated until I was in the US. So then when I was in the US, I got vaccinated, but I still, on my way back to Europe, because the vaccination that I got there, I didn't have it for 2 full weeks. I had it for 10 days, not 14. I had to have that, but then I also still had to do another COVID test. So
like the Delta strain as well, right? That if you're traveling, apparently that Delta strain isn't protected against certain
and that I don't know about, because like I said, I came back in June and it wasn't such a huge deal when I came back. There wasn't a big thing about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Delta strain, if it depends on the vaccine you got, you're going to be pretty effective against it. It's basically more infectious, less lethal.
Yeah, and the concern in Canada with regards to the Delta strain seems to be if you only have one shot. That's where they're more. If you're unvaccinated or if you've only had one shot, that's what the biggest concern seems to be, versus if you're fully vaccinated. So, but yeah, I don't go out much because I work from home and I'm naturally a homebody anyway. But I had to be out and about on Friday, and that was my first time taking public transit since March 2020, so a year and a half basically. And pretty much everyone was wearing a mask, not just on public transit, but like on the street too, which was surprising to me, because in my neighborhood, I live in the suburbs, and so walking down the street, some people are wearing masks if they just got off the bus, and some people aren't really if they're just like walking around the neighborhood for exercise or in the park. And so I'm used to not wearing a mask outside and then putting it on when I get inside. But when I got out of the subway and I took the mask off to walk down the street, everyone on the street was still wearing masks.
Wow.
And I think it's because everyone was closer together maybe, or they went from a building to the subway, so it didn't make sense like with things closer together, so they just sort of kept their masks on. And I started to feel like, oh, should I be wearing my mask still?
Yeah.
Give a fuck. People die. Like honestly, they're such Vikings. Like to me, they just are like, yes, well, the strong will survive, and the rest, well, good luck.
That is exactly the attitude. It's
after
like
I got vaccinated, I wore my mask everywhere I went for 3 months. I was still afraid that I was gonna, and I know the chances were low, but I was still like, no, like we should do this. And now in the summer, like I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, cool. This is what everybody's doing. And I think we're at the 30s now. Is that right? Who's getting vaccinated?
Yeah.
So it's gotten pretty slow, but maybe now this happened last summer though as well, where it got warmer outside, and we can't like stay inside when it's hot. It's like when the sun is out, it's like something draws them to the light. They're like moths to the flame. Like sit out there.
Like,
You know what I'm talking about, Jerry? He's got a great tan, man.
I never saw that till I moved to Sweden, and I was like, what are those people doing? They're getting
it's like
sunlight.
50 degrees and they're out like in their bathing suits.
They're just taking in the sun. They're not like doing anything. They're just hanging out.
They're like roaches on the wall, just like.
Yeah,
against
the wall.
Literally, they'll lean against the wall. You'll see like a bunch of people just like. And then you're walking by them like.
Later,
you look up like.
5 years later, I'm up there against the wall with them.
I know, right? That's what I was just gonna say.
Is the sun like very like elusive?
Yes,
it is not.
In the winter, it is.
Only in the winter, but in the summer, it's all over the place.
Winters?
Yes.
Yes. Dark.
That's like Canada then.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
we're
people in
dark for
Canada.
like about 6 months. 7 months of
it's
dark.
not like it's in Canada in December.
Not the darkness, but the preoccupation with the sunshine. So like
Is it?
and the weather. So in Toronto it's not as noticeable, but I lived in Winnipeg for a couple of years, which is further north and in the prairies, which is flat. So it gets absolutely like gets -40, -50 Celsius in the winter, and then +40 in the summer. So it's like extremes. But in the winter, it's so cold that the second it's like 10 degrees above zero, everyone's in shorts and t-shirts in Winnipeg, and they're like, yes, it's summertime, it's March. And then meanwhile, me from Jamaica, I'm like, it's 21 degrees, I should probably pack a sweater. And people are like, oh, it's so hot, I'm sweating. I'm like, you're sweating already? Ooh, wow, okay. Can I have a blanket, please? It's kind of interesting. But I've lived in Canada for
long time.
Almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
And so you'd think that I would be used to it, but I still, like, it takes me a while to, like, acclimatize, but I hate the cold. Like I actually, like if the cold were a person, I would look it in the face and say, I hate you. Like I genuinely, I have feelings of animosity towards feeling cold.
I get you know,
which sucks because I live in Canada.
Oh, Colorado is the same climate as in Sweden. And I'm like,
it's so not.
No,
yeah.
It's dry where I come from. I'm like a cat. I'm like a wet cat in this environment out here. Every day I'm like, oh my God.
But people don't realize that Colorado
umbrellas.
People don't realize Colorado has like one of the highest numbers of sunshine, the number of days that have sunshine in all of the US. It is. See? Wow. So it may snow there, but it snows. And then it thaws.
No,
and then it's sun.
No, Colorado is a messed up boyfriend with weather, okay? It changes every 20 minutes. You better bring a rain jacket, a snow coat, some t-shirts. It'll be snowing in the morning and 90 in the afternoon.
Wow. Now you sound like London.
I like my weather random.
I like my weather like I like my men.
I was going to say that, but I was like, okay, maybe not. Thank you, take it.
Unstable and jobless.
Unstable. Oh no.
Oh no. That's not what we thought you were saying.
Unstable and jobless. Ooh, okay. That's a lovely combination. No, but I think like here, I wear my mask on the train.
Uh-oh, Shannon's gone.
I think that's it. I just wear it on public transportation. If it
Not
gets
inside?
crowded, like up inside my home.
Like no.
Well, you know what? I don't go into a lot of stores.
Okay.
The only store I really go into is to go grocery shopping, and it's huge, and I go at the crack of dawn, so there's barely that many people in there. So I'm not really close to anybody except on particular days when I might be there too late, and I got them old folks around walking around like they just, socializing.
No, they want to go down, Jermaine. I swear to God, they know. They're just like, I'm over it. I'm sorry. I have feelings. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry.
They want to go down.
I'm at Apple-ticket and I'm just trying to get my medicine. And these old people come up with their thingies. They're like, they're old. They're like, 90 or something. And they're standing right next to me, no mask on. And they're like, excuse me, I'm trying to get through here. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm trying to let you live. Like, don't come any closer.
Go away. No, but I just get like I only get antsy if there's on the trains and buses if it gets too crowded, and usually I'm off the train by that particular point, and where I'm going is usually just to rehearsal, and there's only like 4 of us, and it's a huge room, so I'm not too scared of them unless they smell.
I swear to God, every kid in this country probably has COVID. So every time I see like a group of friends, I'm just like, nope. Nope.
What do buses and trains look like there? Like, is there any distancing on the?
No.
Okay, because in here in Toronto, when I got on the subway, they have like signs on the backs of some of the seats, and the sign says, please keep this seat empty unless you're traveling together. And so it's like, so there are sections of 4 seats and sections of 2. And on the sections of 2, one of them will have a sign. And on the sections of 4, the 2 on the end will be empty. And then the 2 in the middle will have the signs. And on the buses, every other seat or every 2 seats, they have that too. So it's as if it's like they're trying to somehow keep that, but they're not sending more buses. So I don't, but when I traveled, it wasn't rush hour. So I don't know how well it works during rush hour, but
And see, then that's the whole thing that happened here when it first started. They wanted everyone to keep space and be home and keep distance on the buses and trains. And then they decreased the number of buses and trains that were on the lines. And I'm like, so how is this going to happen now? And then, now mind you, this is Sweden. You think that after all these years, in the wintertime, the tracks freeze. I don't know what the hell happened when it rained one day that everything just went kaboogle. And I mean, no train, buses weren't moving. And I'm like, it's rain. It's not like someone pulled the track up or flattened all the bus tires. Why is both transportations, one is above ground, one is below? Why are both of y'all screwing up at the same time?
Okay, Jerry,
This makes no sense. And then they take trains off, and then they say, but keep your distance. Can't keep your distance if the train is, 45 minutes late. How are you going to do that? It's just not. And now even there's going to be trouble on my train line today. Actually, it starts today, where they're going to start doing construction on between two spots. So I'm going to have, if I take the train, I'm going to have to get off the train, come up, take a bus to the other side of the next stop, then get off that bus and then get back on the train to continue my destination. And everyone's like, well, you should just live in the city. I mean, that's why, that happens, because you live in the city. I'm like, kiss my dark chocolate behind. I don't care what you say. This has nothing to do with that.
Can we just be real for a second, though, and talk about how Sweden has these weird policies where sometimes when you ask, like, hey, like, why haven't you done anything about the train system? They're like, well, in Sweden, we are a free country and we don't want to tell the people where to sit. And then they, like, put restrictions on the restaurants. Yes, but only 4 people can sit together. That is what we're going to do because it's safe. So like nothing has made sense. Like also around Christmas time, people would like go outside and stand in long queues to get in to go Christmas shopping. And you couldn't have a beer after 8 o'clock. Very strange.
That's weird.
Yeah, they shut down. They like, and then it went to 10:30, and the place that we would play at, it was like, I asked, and they were like, they were here till 10:15, Jermaine. People were just outside, just getting their drinks till 10:15. And the only thing that bugs me out, it was like, y'all act like y'all can't buy alcohol and just stay home and drink your beer. No, we must be out. It's our furlough.
If you're out, you're not an alcoholic, Jermaine, obviously. Come on.
It's only a problem if you drink at home by yourself, apparently.
I have to say there was one point where they said that if you're a mall, that the restaurants in the mall couldn't open their doors inside the mall, right? So we have one in Nacka Forum. So what they did was they all had emergency exits on the outside of the building. So they just opened the emergency exits and let them come in that way, and then they closed off the mall exits or the mall entrances.
Yeah.
What kind of Machiavelli crap is that? What is that? What is that supposed to do there? I don't understand what that's supposed to mean.
Also, I love that the restaurant people here don't give a shit because the state hasn't helped them at all. So they're just like willing to do whatever, Yeah, we'll open a door over here. Sure, it's the emergency exit. We'll cut the cord. It doesn't matter. Whatever we need to do.
Carl, you're back.
Skydive in. We're open.
Exactly. Hey, Carl, you're back? Carl? He was back. Carl?
Hey, sorry, man. I gotta go.
Sure enough.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
And I like the Jamaican version of the birthday song. That was great.
Thumbs up to Angelique.
But speak to you later.
Thanks.
Yep.
Speak later. Bye. Carl, are you there now? Are you working? Are you moving? He's muting. He's unmuting.
No, I'm home. Can you hear me?
Yay! And
Okay.
Kristen is home. Yay!
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, but no, I was saying no. I was listening the whole time. I listened to the off-key happy birthday. I listened to the.
It was
Jamaican
not off key.
happy
How
birthday.
dare you? How
No,
dare
not
you?
yours.
It was
That was
not
very
off
off-key.
key.
I
It
listened
was
to
just
the Britney
chaotic.
Spears happy birthday. That was funny.
It was very good. It was very good.
Okay, Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
Hi.
Oh my God.
I like it.
This is Whitney.
The concentration of her face when she was just like, okay, hold on now.
Where's the button?
I feel like she's going to call her. She doesn't have kids. I feel like she's about to call her son in to help her work the Zoom.
How do I?
Nathaniel. What is this button on here? Hold on. I done pressed the wrong goddamn. Can they see
Y'all
me?
are messed up.
Can they see me?
See how, Whitney, you know, Whitney, you can always attack back. Go ahead. Get him. Get him.
I don't know how to attack.
Whitney's just like, wow, guys, wow.
Yeah, that's something that was like, okay, this is how it is. All right. Yeah, I got you.
I'm just excited to see Whitney on here. Her podcast.
Too.
I told her, I'm like, oh my God,
I'm glad you all are here. My friend Myrna, my friend Myrna was trying to come in, but she said it's a thunderstorm in Florida. So
we've been having thunderstorms for like the last few days over here.
Yeah, she said
because
she was like, "Are you getting my text? Are you getting my?" And I was like, "I got it." She goes, because she tried to log in and it kept just knocking her off. And I was like, "Oh, that's okay. Next time." And then she remembered Carl from last time. She's like, "Is Carl there? Because I need to get details." I'm like, "Next time." Because I was thinking, well, it's not about the tattoos. Because I remember the conversation about the tattoos. And then they went into the other conversation that we're not going to discuss now because it was only women here at the time. Yeah, we were talking about stuff. The stuff.
Oh, Jermaine, did you
Yes.
know that you actually share a birthday with a celebrity?
Yul Brenner.
Yes. And also Lil Kim.
What?
Get out of here.
Yep.
That's
Looks
who
like...
I know. Who's Yul Brenner?
Hey, Amanda. Hey, thank you. I share with Yul Brenner. I always knew that one. I know there are a few more, but I just like Yul Brenner.
I've heard. Is he an actor?
Yeah, he died years ago.
Yeah, because I've heard the name, but I couldn't picture the face.
Wait a
Bald.
second. Is he?
That's all I remember is that he was bald.
I share my birthday with Daffy Duck. Sorry, no, Donald Duck. I said I share my birthday with Donald Duck.
Donald or Daffy?
No, it was Donald. Because I remember it was a Disney book I was looking at when I popped that up. I was like, oh.
The fact that you share your birthday with a cartoon is very interesting.
It fits.
Get him, Whitney. She's like,
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed you things. I'm gonna
Googling who Yul Brenner is.
You were looking up Yul Brenner?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, but this
he was in The King and I.
Yes. And he was in the Dirty. Isn't he in the Dirty Dozen or the Good, the Bad, the Ugly? One of those westerns from not the recent one, but like one from the 70s or 60s.
Oh, with Clint Eastwood.
Back when they had white guys playing brown people.
Oh, those days. Those days.
Now.
Okay, yeah.
But this is cool. I mean,
yikes. Anyways,
what do you guys? I mean, I know
funny
there's
that
some.
It's funny that you say those days like it doesn't still happen.
I said like now.
All the time.
Okay, so no, I'll tell you the story later, Jermaine, because I want you to. I went into maybe Angelique can. This was the worst situation ever. I went into a voiceover recording where they told me that I was gonna overdub, and I've worked with this company a lot, so I often get last minute bookings like the day before, 2 days before, and never see the script and get in there. And so we're in the recording room, and I've done like a few takes of the overdub already without seeing the video. The client is 10 minutes late, and they get on and they show us the video, and I'm dubbing a Black woman. And I'm never in my, I mean, so check this out. The company,
and I know the voice you got and the voice you probably used.
You cannot imagine. So every client that was on the phone from like the big company, this huge company, had 4 representatives that weren't even to do with anything creative. They were just 4 representatives. They were all white. And then my casting director was white. The audio engineer was white. I was white. And the other like director who was sitting in the room was white. No one said a fucking thing. So I talked to John Rollins afterwards, and I sent them an email afterwards, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I hope you understand that this was really awkward, and that I would have preferred the chance to decline that. And they were really cool. They were like, you know what, that was really messed up. We didn't have the information from the client. We should have had that. We told them that we should have had that information, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end, she said, well, we could really use more voices. So if you have anybody to suggest, then bring them in. So I'm going to start after I get back from vacation, I'm sorry, I wish I could do this sooner. But
no problem.
When I come back, I'm going to get you in the music studio that we have in Freedom Spawn, where I just was, and we'll do a test. We'll do a test and send it over to the company and see what they think. Because isn't that fucking crazy? Just like you said, like it doesn't happen now. And Sweden thinks they're so.
I didn't say it doesn't happen now. I just meant it was really obvious back then. Just like really every Western,
you don't have to go to Western. West Side Story.
Just
West Side Story.
Only talk about what I know. Well, I'm glad that you'll be able to get Jermaine in there. That would be really cool.
I actually think I mean I don't know how I haven't also like thought of just engineering more people in the studio in general. Like I mean, people did that for me when I got started. So I mean, it makes sense that, especially like, if I find cool voices, then I can be like, yeah, that was me. I got them going. Me.
You did like a McDonald's. Is that the McDonald's one? I could not even like fathom that was you. Because I'm listening to this voice and I'm like, wait, that's you? It sounds so, not that you're not mom-like, but it was just so like, it was like, what they want. That appealing, relaxed voice.
Right,
tells you everything that needs to be done here. Yeah. So if you need this or that and blah, 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 blah. Because even when I did, this is years ago, I did like a voice thing for, it's some yoga guru. And it was a long ass thing. It was long. It was like, it's on YouTube. This is how long it is.
I want to see that.
And Stockholm something guru, and it was long, and it was like the first thing I ever did. And I said, well, let me just do it over, because I realized I know my voice, and if I'm just talking to you normally, my voice is deep, and it can get a little gruff. So doing something like that, I would have to bring it up and have it sound a little bit lighter, so it's more acceptable inside the mic. And the first time I did it, I was like, okay, let me do it over. No, that was fine. And that's what they took. It sounded okay, but in my ear, it didn't. But other people were like, wow, that was, they didn't know it was me and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, of course you didn't know it was me, because you didn't think I did that kind of stuff. But I mean, I found out as the years went on, even with singing, or even if I have to talk on stage, my engineer, he would say to me, he's like, you have to bring your voice up. Your tonation is so bass that when you start talking about things, your voice just blends in with the bass tones if everything else is going on. And it sounds like you're whispering, even if you're not.
But that makes it sound like they can't edit the levels, which they absolutely
But
can.
That's the whole thing. He can. He brings it up, but he doesn't want to keep but the thing is, the measure of bringing it up means that the instruments might get it distorted as well, because he's trying to, because all I'm doing is talking. And because I'm
not
just
saying
talking,
change the pitch. I'm just saying like volume wise or something like.
oh no,
raise
he
your
does. He turns
volume.
up the volume. But I mean, even on the phone, like if I'm on the phone or talking, especially on the train, if I'm like have my headphones on, I've had people like, I can't hear you, or you sound really low. And then I've had to bring my voice up like this, and they're like, oh, now I can hear you. Like, where is my bass going?
What's happening, Catherine?
Yell at my cat, by the way. What are you doing?
Did the cat run away?
She was on the counter. It's the only place she's not supposed to go. I was really upset. Yeah, but it's no, voiceovers is such like a great like self-production thing to do as well. Like I love that you work from home, Angelique. Like I'm still working on that. I've mostly worked for other casting companies, but you can work from home and like have your own website and have people come to you, be up on other websites where people can cast you.
I'd like to try one of these days doing studio work, only because when you have the studio set up, I've only done it for singing. I've never really done it for voice acting, but when you have the studio set up, all the voice actor does is go and voice, and then you're done, and then you go home and it's over. And I love that. And you know that you're in a space that's professionally set up to sound a certain way. Because I work from home, I record from home, I have to be like, tell everybody ahead of time, at this time of the day, I'm recording, please don't use the bathroom, don't take a shower, don't use the pressure cooker, please don't mow the lawn outside, please don't do any banging. Also, especially, don't use this room up there because I can hear you walking around. And then I have to remind them like 2 or 3 times, and it's like, okay, I'm recording now. And then and then if the neighbors I can't control my neighbors. And then if there's thunder, I can't control that. And then after that, I have to do all the cleanup of like the bad takes and the mistakes and things like that. And then I have to send that in. Yeah. So it's a lot more work, which on the one hand means I can charge a little bit more because I am charging for editing a little, like, you know what I mean? Like I have to clean it. I'm not processing my audio usually, but like cleaning it up and making it sound presentable. Yeah. So it's more work from home, but and so for that reason, I'm like, I would kind of like to have a sit up where I can go into a studio sometime.
I'd highly recommend putting because we should just have a whole other conversation about this.
I think it's really cool though.
This union work. But anyway, Jermaine, I also have to go and.
No. Well, I was getting ready to wrap everything up actually. No, but that's cool because I was getting ready to wrap up everything because it is like I just realized it's after 9 o'clock. But I had such a nice birthday, and I'm very happy you all were here with me.
We love you.
Happy you enjoyed your birthday.
Thank you. I want to talk to you another time later on. But it's so great to have you guys here. And Carl, I know you're there in spirit. I know you're there. And you had your moments.
Like I said, I was always here.
Yes, you are. You're always there. So next time we have to get you on here where you're talking much more than usual. But I know it's a time period. I understand. But no, I think it was really great having everybody here who popped in just to say hi and happy birthday. And I really had a good time because I hadn't planned on doing much of anything because of, COVID and everything else under the sun and the socialization thing. But I figured I can do it here where everyone can just relax at home and I can see everyone, which was really a lot of fun. I enjoyed this immensely, seeing everyone and talking with everyone and everybody meeting everybody else. So that was really fun too, getting all these connections together. So thank you everyone who was here and popped out. Thank you, Christian and Catherine and Whitney. Thank you so much for being here, girl. You hung in there. I love you, girl.
I'm surprised I hung in here.
And Angelique and Carl, I'm so glad you guys are able to hang in there. I am really pleased to see you all just hang out just a few seconds though. But everyone else, I'm glad you were able to tune in, and I see all the messages over there. I'm gonna come and respond to some of them as well. But I'm very grateful for everyone who's been here to wish me a happy birthday and just to hang out with us for these couple of hours and just chew the fat and listen to us giggle and having to have all these stories about me that I did not ask for, but that's okay. I'm still a nice person.
Anytime.
So everyone,
Love you, Jermaine. Happy
okay.
birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Birthday.
Happy birthday. Bye, everybody.
Everyone have a great time. This is Human in Comfort. We'll be back in a few weeks. Bye. I hope you all come back. But if you don't, that's okay. But we want you back, so come back.